Hi, I'm Cameron McKenzie. I'm the author of What is WebSphere and the Exam Scam series of certification guides, also the webmaster of examscam.com and pulpjava.com. I'd really appreciate if you headed over to my website and picked up a couple of copies of my latest works. You can also get them on Amazon, but I'd appreciate if you buy it off my website instead. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about was actually creating some custom tags. I've got a little web page here that displays the output of a Java bean. It's basically a timer. And as you can see, it tells you how many milliseconds it's been since you first came to the site. It's done through a JSP page. It's a fairly simple, straightforward JSP page. You use a useBean tag and a couple of getProperty tags to get properties of this little timer object. However, I'd actually like to package all of this up into a simple custom tag that I could add on to a variety of different JSP pages and use over and over again. And so the way you create custom tags is you just create a new class. I'm going to create a new class called the timer tag. I'm going to put in the package com.examscam.servlet.tags. And I'm going to extend the class. I'm going to make this super class a special class called tag support. And that's in the javax.servlet.jsp blah 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 package. Click finish. And essentially code this particular class. Now this class actually has it extends a class that has a variety of different methods that are used for implementing a custom tag. I'm going to override one of them. So source override implemented methods, and I'm going to override the doStart tag. Notice there's like a doEnd tag and doAfterBody and what else have we got in there that's custom tag related? The one that I'm really interested in is the doStart tag. So I'm going to override the doStart tag that's defined in the parent class. And I'm going to actually do a little bit of Java magic here and throw in some of my own little code. Something that I've kind of pre-written. You don't want to see me typing everything out. Just organize imports, make sure that all of my imports are added. But essentially what I've done is I've added code to this doStart tag method. And essentially when my custom tag is added to a page, what will happen is the first time the page sees this tag, it'll do the doStart tag method. And you see inside of this custom tag, it's really a Java component, but it gives me access to all the important Servlet API objects, like the Servlet response, the Servlet context, the HTTP session, the JSP writer. I think I can even get the Servlet config and all sorts of other objects in here out of this thing called the page context. It's a hugely important object when we're actually working with custom tags. Now what I'm actually doing inside of my custom tag is I'm just going to try and get my timer out of the session. If it's null, I'll create a new one. Once I get it, I'll print out the elapsed time, the start time to the user. I don't know, do some lazy exception handling. And then return a special constant that's available in custom tags that says skip body. This is basically it. Anytime I'm going to create a custom tag, put it on a page. Anytime a client sees a custom tag, this code is going to execute. And you'll see that tag actually added to a page in just a moment. Now, once you've actually coded the Java for your custom tag, there's a couple of steps you have to take in order to get your custom tag to actually work. And one of them is to actually create a new taglib definition. Don't know what I did there. But under my web.inf folder, I'm going to create a new other. And it's just going to be a simple file. I don't know if they've got any wizards for this. And I'm just going to call it the examscam taglib.tld. And you can see it right there. I know you couldn't see it before. This is called the examscam TLD. And this is going to include some, I don't know, code that describes a custom tag. Now, I never write this by hand. I always write a taglib definition from existing taglib definitions. And actually this time is going to be no different. I'm going to go into this particular piece of code and just paste my information in. But you can see the important pieces of information here. They include not just the taglib and the version that we're using, a little URI. That actually doesn't have to be the web.inf location, just a unique URI, a unique path that uniquely identifies your taglib. A little info. And this is the important part for my little timer. It's going to be called timer display when someone uses it on a page. When that appears on a page, I'm just going to link back to this particular class. It doesn't have a body. You can have real complex custom tags, even a little info on a tag. tag as well. But that's my TLD. You need a TLD for every tag library that you have. And the idea is you have multiple tags, so you can have an extensive tag library there. The other thing you need, got a little cheat sheet here. The other thing you need if you're going to be using a tag library is you need to do a little addition to your web.xml file. Now I've found actually I can get away without doing this from time to time. I'm not sure why, but anyways, I think it's one of the things you're supposed to do, and doing things properly is never really a bad idea. And essentially, inside of the web.xml file, the deployment descriptor for the web module, you're supposed to add a little bit of information, a unique URI, that's this one here. It's usually a domain name, and the location of the tag library, and you can see that right there added in. I think it even gets, geez, where is it? I think it gets thrown under references or something down here. Oh no, there it is, taglib references under the variables tag. I could have actually added it in there using the wizard. Okay, so I've defined a class that implements or that extends tag support and has my doStart method. I've got a tag library right there that defines and describes my custom tag. I've referenced in the web.xml the web module that I'm going to be using the custom tag. The last thing I need to do is just actually go to a JSP and actually add it in. And you can see this JSP displays a timer using usebean tags and getProperty tags, which is very elegant. However, I'm actually going to use the WSAD wizards to help me add a custom tag. And to do that, the first thing you do is, what do you do? Well, you have to go to Page Properties. You go to JSP tags and you add a taglib directive. And specifically, I'm going to add a taglib directive that says I want to use my exam/scam tag library on this page, and the prefix will be exam/scam. It all even says that there's one tag inside that tag library. So add that to the page, and then anywhere on the page I can just use a tag library. So I'm going to say, here's the output from the tag library, and I just go insert, JSP, insert custom. I only got one tag, so I'm going to insert that in. Actually, see the little icon there? Oh, I love that. There's a little bunch of little library books. Get it? Custom tag library books. Anyways, and that's my tag library added to the page. Now it's all pure Java, even though we've got little kind of cute little icons here and stuff like that. It's all pure Java. It's nothing IBM specific here. IBM just makes it incredibly easy to do it. Some clever sausages at IBM. But you see actually that the wizards added this here, that taglib definition, since the prefix is going to be exam/scam. And you can also see here is a tag actually being used. You see the prefix exam/scam, and then the actual name of the tag, timer display, which is actually the name that we gave it inside of the TLD. So I'm going to do a Control-S on this particular file, get rid of the asterisks. You can always do a save all as well, which makes sure everything is saved. But I'm going to now run this JSP. So right-click and say run on server, and just see what the output is. Just didn't mean to do that. And actually, you can see here, this is the output from usebean tags and JSP tags. Here's the output from the custom tags. And when you refresh, you notice that, well, I mean, the same stuff getting output because it's been designed that way. However, the way it's actually implemented, one with usebean tags and the other with the timer, is very, very elegant. And I should probably even mention that timer.java file, let's give you a quick look at that. That actually resides in com.exam/scam common, but you see it's just a fairly simple timer. Anyways, that's the lowdown on how you can create tag libraries and use tag libraries in your web applications. Now, as I said, I do live off book sales, so you can pick up a copy of What is WebSphere, or even pick up a copy of one of my exam/scam certification guides. It'd be really helpful. Also appreciate it if you buy it off my website. We always make sure that if you buy it from our website, we ship it out the next day, and we always try to have copies in stock for you. So that's the best way to do it. Alternatively, you can find it on examscam.com. Anyways, that's it for this tutorial. All I want to say now is happy WebSphere.